I'm going to make this special video. I had a YouTube subscriber, had a family member that's being sued. They're very nervous about going to court. And I wanted to give an answer utilizing video because I believe that this is a question that a lot of people do have when they're set to have to go into court. And with this situation, from the way I understand it, that they had done nothing other than disputing the debt with the debt collector. And I want to reiterate real quick that disputing the debt with the debt collector, when they are suing you in court, if you do not do that with the court summons, they are going to just disregard it. They might send you some stuff, but when you look at it, you're going to get a feeling that they're disregarding it because they're continually moving forward with the court. And that's not because what you're asking to do is not valid. You're not doing it within the proper process. And that's very important. Just like they could get their whole case thrown out and dismissed based on a technicality, they could continue even though you're doing the right things based on a technicality. They can continue, and it's like they're disregarding you. It's like nobody's listening to you. So, with that being said, I can tell you, and this is serious, I've had people, with all of the choices that people can make. You call your local attorneys. You can call, whoever for help. But people do come to me, and the reason why people come to me is because I deal with this stuff. So this is very important. I don't just make videos just to make videos. I make videos to help people. And if you listen to what I have to say, you will see that you can apply the information that I'm going to be sharing with you. And maybe you don't need it right now, but maybe you might need it in the future, or maybe a family member may need it, just like this subscriber. Their family member needs it. And also, it's not just about being sued in court. Being sued in court brings up a lot of emotions. This subscriber is saying that her sister is freaking out, that she's actually having to fly in to help her. Because when they do this stuff to people, it's like the whole world is pointing and looking at you. When they call your name and you have to go into court, everybody is looking at you. The judge is looking at you, they're looking at you, and you don't know anything about what's about to happen. So my job, what I want to do, my mission is to help you with solutions to these types of problems. So please, number one, like this video, because when you like this video, you help other people, and I help you, you help other people. That's what I ask of you. You like this video, you watch this video, you put it in your back pocket, just like you're putting your driver's license, because you never know if you're going to have to use it. You never know if a family member is going to have to use it, and you never know who else might need to use it. And when you like this video, you help other people in these situations. People will find me and they will get real information. So now, with the first thing that you should do, and I'm going to answer some questions about their specific situation, but this applies to any time. When people come to me and it's like, I got to go to court today. This person said they got to go to court today in 5 hours. In 5 hours. So the first thing we need to do is got to get our feet underneath us. And the way that we get our feet underneath us, that's a figure of speech, because you're off balance. If you can imagine, you don't know what you're gonna do, you don't know what you're gonna say, all of these feelings are going with you. This young lady probably wasn't even able to sleep last night. So the first thing we got to do is get our feet underneath us. And the way that we get our feet underneath us is that we start to look, rather than looking at what's happening to us, we look at potential options for solutions. So specifically speaking to this, where you got to go into court now, you got to go into court right now. These are the options that are available to you, and it's basically going to come down to two variables. Variable number one is, what have you admitted to or said? Some people have came to us and they didn't tell us the whole story, and we try to get it out of out of the person. It's like, you got to tell us, we're on your side. You got to tell us everything. You can't hold anything back. We're not going to go call them up and say, hey, they just told us this, and so we're not that type of company. And even if you're not using our service and you're just coming to us for help, for information, we're not going to go call them up and tell them something. So you got to be 100% truthful. What have you admitted to and what have you agreed to? Have you agreed to anything? Have you admitted to anything? Because that's going to limit the type of options that you have available to you. Now, if you have, what have you, also option number 2 is, what have you already done? Have you responded to the summons? Have you went to one of these websites or that tell you to just deny everything? Because that's important. Because you might be wondering, why are they just not, if I deny it, why are they continuing on moving forward? Because that, I want to use a cuss word right now, because that, does not work. Deny does not work. Deny, and then go into court and see what they do. You have to have a defense against what they're alleging against you. That sheet that they give you that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, however many numbers it says, are allegations against you for utilizing that credit card, that loan, whatever it is. And you got to answer to it. And I've seen some attorneys, and I'm not an attorney, I'm just giving you the information. I believe that a lot of attorneys that go through this, a lot of them don't know what it feels like to be sued. They've had the easy silver spoon or gold spoon life. I had to make my gold spoon, which there's nothing wrong with someone handing you the gold spoon, but there's certain things that people don't go through and they don't understand the feelings. And that's why no matter how many credentials I could have or anyone could have, if I don't understand the feelings that you go through, no matter what solutions I give you, it's just not going to feel right. You got to get the feet underneath the person first. So what have you already admitted to? What have you already agreed to? Because that's going to determine the different type of options that are available to you. What have you already done? And then another option is for yourself. Do you have it within you to go and fight this in court? Because that's very important. If you don't have that fight in you and there's nothing wrong with it, if you don't have that fight within you, then maybe you need to move for settlement. Go to settlement. So now, talking about you got to go to court today or you got to go to court tomorrow. You don't have time to really reach out and have some work done for you right at that time. You got to go there. The first option that you can consider is that you can ask for a continuance, and you can get upwards of 60 days. Could be different in your area, but in my area, 60 days is what we're able to get for people. And during that 60 days, then everybody can kind of calm down, review stuff. The summons could be responded to. A lot of stuff that you just did not do because you disregarded the whole thing because you didn't feel like dealing with this. And then all of a sudden it's just right there in your face and now you got to deal with it. It was like a clock counting down with days and times. And then all of a sudden that time came. It's like you got to do something about it. And that's one way that you can get more time. And during that 60-day or whatever amount of time that they give you, in some courts make you have to have a damn good reason to be able to get it. But hopefully, you can just let them know you need to. If it's from a third-party debt collector, you could just say you need more time to review all of the documents. And then you ask them to give you that summons. Something that I'm starting to see, and I think it's kind of like a trap. But I don't think the court is thinking of it as a trap. The court is always trying to get agreements so they don't have to, take up time in court for things that could be resolved without going into court. Is that they're making people go to mediations first, and then if there's no agreement in the mediation, then they're giving the court summons. But the problem is that an individual that goes into mediation, you can end up doing, remember what I said, what did you admit to, what did you agree to? You can end up agreeing to this whole thing, and then it's like, you're like building their case while you're talking to them. So if they say, you have to have a mediation, just to play it safe. Just to play it safe. You got to make your own decisions on this. I'm just telling you what I would do. I would just go in there and say, I'm disputing the whole thing. If I had to fight, to go ahead and go fight them in court. It say, I just do not, nothing has been proven to me. I want to go to the next step. And then they should give you a summons at that time. In most areas, they're still doing the summons first, but in some areas, they're doing the summons and doing the hearing because they want to give you one more chance to try to work something out. Some areas are saying go to the hearing, and then if nothing's worked out, they're going to give you the summons. And then in some areas, they're saying go to a mediation where they're actually pushing you and saying this is a mediation. And then if nothing is worked out, then they move forward. So it's and this is all just because the court is trying to not have to, they're trying to free up their time. There's a lot of stuff going on in the courts. So you can get that continuance, and then you get the court summons and you review it and you make sure that they got, you're looking at what they're going to present, and then you're going to tear what they give you apart, because if you've been watching my other videos, you know that you're going to want to ask for a lot of things like how did they get your private information? How did they come up with the amount? All types of stuff that you want to challenge in that court summons response. So if you find yourself in that situation, what I want to do is there's links below my video. Go to my website. We could just do a consultation, like a quick consultation on the phone where I will tell you exactly what to do, either myself or I have another individual on my team that is very good at this. And one of us will tell you exactly what you need to do. You just get your pen and paper out. A lot of the times, some of the times, it could stop the case from even moving forward when they know that you know things that they don't expect you to know. I'll say that again. A lot of times the court case could be stopped when they know that you know things that they didn't expect you to know. And no, I'm not going to mention those here because I don't want one of those companies to go on here, look at this video, and then they figure out a way to make that adjustment, which they have already started doing. They are making adjustments based off of the way that we've been fighting, helping people fight these cases. They are making adjustments because they're not in the business just to be playing around and losing cases. They're in the business of winning cases. So I'm not going to blur out the strategies, the techniques. I'm not going to blur them all out. I'll put some of them out, but I'm just not going to do it because if we tell everything, then what the hell it's going to allow them to be able to just beat people. And I'm in the business of not just trying to blow up YouTube. I'm in the business of helping people stop the blow up at home from a debt collector trying to sue them. So go to my website, creditrepairshop.com, in the live chat, request that you have a consultation. We would like to review the court summons. Some of the stuff, you don't even need a consultation. You could just have it prepared for you. Some of the stuff, if it's like, you got to get some answers now, or you're just of the type of, personality where you just got to ask all these questions to feel comfortable, then we have a consultation that we provide to people. It does cost, but you will get answers. You will get answers, and it is from stuff that really does work, that has really gotten debt collector lawsuits and some original creditor lawsuits dismissed. And I got the proof on the website, so we don't even got to go into that. People talk about it all the time. So you have those two options. So, all right, if you need help with your credit, please visit us at thecreditrepairshop.com. Watch video, What Makes Us Different, so you can see my 8-point validation process, my two-phase settlement process. If you need your credit reports and scores, go to the website, your3scores.com, and grab your TransUnion, Equifax, Experian credit reports and all 3 scores. If you have debt collectors coming after you early, you can stop a lot of this, or you can get your case If they decide to sue you from the response that they gave you before they even thought about suing you, and before they even knew that you were even trying to get information on them that would counteract what they would try to sue you with, use my cease and desist collection activities letter and debt validation letter, because that could either stop them now, or if they continue, give you some information that they don't even expect you to use against them if they try to sue you in court. Thank you for your time. Like this video, share this video, subscribe to the channel. This is Stephen A. Williams, president and founder of thecreditrepairshop.com, and I really appreciate your time.